Alright, since I have a few moments to spare, I might as well talk about something that has become an, pretty much a quiet war between Rockefeller Center and the hot dog vendors who tries to attempt to work between the street of 49th and 50th. It is quite unique, funny, and also sad at the same time because they're really going at it with this. And in case you guys don't know, Rockefeller Center has a very strict policy of having hot dog vendors sell um, their products on that block, especially where the main entrance is. In fact, everyone, including ticket agents, have to be mindful of what they can and cannot sell around the Rockefeller area. If you're outside the Rockefeller premises between Rockefeller Plaza and the two streets that divide them, you're pretty okay. You're outside their premises. If you go inside Rockefeller, you will be pretty much kicked out and will be given a warning that you cannot sell any tickets whatsoever in the premises of of 30 Rock. That's also including where the Today Show is filmed, as well as anything inside the premises. They will ask you to leave, even if you're just giving information, not selling anything, you're just giving information. They do not want a presence or at least a sign of presence that you are trying to market your stuff in their property. And that's fine. That's their property. That's their property. That's what their rules are. And everyone who's a ticket agent or just basically someone who's working at vendors understand you're not going to sell something in their property. That also applies towards the corner of Fifth Avenue. On Fifth Avenue, if you're near the corner of Fifth and 49th Street, not just in the strip of Fifth Avenue, you're fine. They won't mess with you. But if you're near Fifth Avenue, they will come to you and even sometimes even ticket you. And it is more with the hot dog vendors than anything else. Between the hours, I believe 12 to at least 5. You see hot dog vendors try to claim a particular corner, the 49th Street corner and Fifth Avenue, and almost every time you see the police officers who patrols that area as well as their own personal guards chase them off that block. And this is not something of an isolated incident. These are the same guys who goes there and try to sell hot dogs at any given moment. And this is something that has been somewhat of a head shaker because they know the routine, they know the rules, but the hot dog vendors simply do not care. And the reason is as the hours go on at Fifth Avenue, leading right to our Central Park, you have a large group of people just flooding the streets. I mean, there is literally you cannot stand as a ticket agent. You cannot stand there. You cannot literally stand there without getting trampled or being pushed aside. It is that crazy, and the hot dog vendors know this, and that's why they park the area right on the corner of that particular spot because the traffic is all over the place. And as witness, I've seen plenty of times, they actually make money there. They actually makes a lot of money there, which doesn't vote well for Rockefeller. For the fact is that they already have cut the street in half just by their carts alone. They don't want them to munch over their business, which they do have. They do have restaurants. They do have other means of food vendors within the Rockefeller premises, and being that they actually own the rights to that block, they don't want them there until at least the hour of 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, you're free to park your hot dog vendors or ice cream vendors anytime you want. But during that hours, between 8 to 7, you're not allowed to touch that. Sunday, surprisingly, it's a free fall. They don't mess with them on Sundays. That has pretty much been the silent rule with them and the vendors, and they don't mess with them. They don't confront them. But during the week between the days of Monday to Saturday, there are no vendors allowed over there. But that doesn't stop them from trying. And here's the thing, I don't know if Rockefeller's wasting their time because every time they come out there, they give them a warning. They ask them to move. The police department who's there ask them to move, and they move. They abide by that. But once they have their backs turned, those same people come right back and put their carts right there. And it makes me wonder, what's the point of you guys enforcing something when you know perfectly damn well they're not going to do it? one of the police officers who is a regular there, I'm not gonna give his name because I don't want to get in trouble. Simply said they don't even want to deal with these guys. They don't want to mess with them. They know they're trying to make a living, but this is Rockefeller's marching orders, and I kind of wonder. Rock, you're really you're gonna keep doing this all the time when these guys park in there? I can understand if they're doing it inside the premises. Like I say, like if you're going inside the premise, now you're overstepping your bounds. Now you're just being disrespectful, not only towards the company, but towards the people who works around there. Now you're being disrespectful. But if they're outside in the corner and they're not really bothering nobody, I don't see how this is a big deal, other than the fact is, yeah, they're all causing more congestion towards the walk area. So I'm kind of wondering, is Rockefeller doing a defeating battle? There are restrictions that I can actually see reasonable. Like, for instance, they have definitely threw out people who are filming, actually have their camcorders filming the rock premises, and the guards came up and said, look, you cannot do that without the written permission of Rockefeller Center. Again, we got to remind ourselves, Rockefeller Center is owned by NBC, and they're not the only ones. They don't just do it with tourists, they did it with other networks. Was actually trying to do interviews from people who was coming in the streets, and E had to move from that particular block, not only on Fifth Avenue, but even Sixth Avenue, because cameras caught them, and the guards came over and said, you can't film here. This is property of NBC, property of Rockefeller Center. You can't do that. So it has happened. I have witnessed it. And they're very, very strict on that situation. And I can understand the camera situation. I can understand a few promotion item situation. But the hot dogs vendors, I think they're fighting a losing battle because there's just no way. They already know that the minute their backs are turned, the minute the guards' backs are turned, they're all going to basically go right back there, and it has gone. There was one time they actually haven't been there for a few days, but a few days gone, they're right back to the same thing, and largely because the money is there. The money is right there for them to make. Even some of the guys say, how come you don't get the license over there? They probably do, but to them, that is the main thing. And I just think Rockefeller, I think their plan needs to be different. I just think they need to come up with a new strategy because them putting the police officers to deal with that is small potatoes towards the actual real security threat, which to me that's pay more attention to. But that's something that's been going on. That's something that's going to probably continue going on until at least I'm no longer working there. But until then, I just think it's an unwinnable battle because Rockefeller's going to try and kick them out. They're going to move right back in. What do you think about that? Did you guys in your neighborhoods or in your city have a similar situation with a popular major building, and this is happening? Let me know. I'm curious how it is, but for me, it's comical. Until then, J77, take it easy.